Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Max. I'm the owner and creator of MB Crafts, where we make wreaths, home decor, DIYs, anything crafty, we probably do it. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let's get into the tutorial. Today's tutorial we're going to be doing is a Valentine's Day tutorial. It's going to be involving these little glitzy, cheaply made hearts from the Dollar Tree, which is now $1.25, y'all. So you're gonna need 4 of these hearts, and then I think they have a couple different ones, but you're gonna need the form, so it doesn't matter what color it is, basically. And then you're also going to need, for this one, I have this little love sign, and we're gonna be taking this apart. If you don't like this, there's another option that I was gonna do, and then I found this, and I was like, no, this is gonna be a lot stinking better. So we're gonna be cutting this apart, and we're gonna be using the letters. So you're also going to need some sort of container. The Dollar Tree has different containers, but if you go shopping right now, they have their spring like gardening stuff out right now, and they have pots. So they're $1.25, which is still inexpensive. But I have a couple different colors. For today's tutorial, we're gonna be using the gray one. So this is a gray one, and I like that color. You're also going to need 2 of these poles. I think these are for the broom or mop or whatever they sell. They're the big black poles. They also think they have white ones. It doesn't really matter. I just got the black because I got them. But you're gonna need 2 of these. You're gonna need like basically 1.5, but you can't buy 1.5, so you're gonna need 2. You're also going to need, the only thing that there's a couple things here that you can't get at the Dollar Tree, just because, but you could probably, if you really wanted to go out and do this project, but you can only use Dollar Tree products, you could definitely probably problem solve. But I'm going to be using some of this, or you're actually going to need a couple rolls of it, different colors, but it's a chunky yarn that you can get at, this one I got at Joann Fabrics. So did I also got the pink ones at Joann Fabrics. They're like around $5 to $6. But today I was at Walmart, you guys, and I got the white one. This is white. It is the Chanel chunky yarn, and I think I paid like $6.95 for it or something. It's not that bad, and this is actually a lot thicker. This is a thicker one, but it's gonna work. You're gonna need whatever colors. I'm gonna be using white for the lettering, and then I'm gonna switch off. I don't know yet if I'm gonna use, I want 2 different colors for the hearts. So I'm thinking about either doing I don't know, these 2 colors, but I might not go with this color because of the fact that I'm gonna be putting the white letter on top of the heart, and I feel like these are gonna be too close. So we might go with these 2 colors. I think I just made my mind up. But you could definitely do whatever colors, and I'm actually hoping, I'm gonna be doing this for St. Patrick's Day too, if it turns out well. But I was gonna get the St. Patrick's Day forms today, but they were in boxes, and the lady said that I couldn't open the box because her manager wasn't there and whatever. So I'll be back. But I also got the containers, and I'm also gonna do an Easter one, hopefully. But what you're gonna need to do, now I already did this before I went into the project, but I'm gonna pull you guys down, is you're gonna need to put some kind of spray foam or something in your cup or your container, just because it's gonna help keep your pole nice and secure. Another thing you're gonna need is, the Dollar Tree sells these foam squares. What I have is I glued this down to the bottom of this thing, and then I stuck the pole into this, down into the middle of this, and then I spray foamed around. So the spray foam's helping keep it, but this is what keeping it. What you really want to do is, if you can find the Dollar Tree paper towel holders, they look like this. This is not from the Dollar Tree, but they look basically like this. You kind of want to get one of these because you can stick this down in the thing and you can attach the pole onto here. I don't even know if it's going to be necessary. I think that this spray foam is going to help keep it very sturdy, and it's not going to really go anywhere. This spray foam is still kind of drying down the bottom. The top is really thick. By the time I get done with this tutorial, it'll be dry though, because I've had it going for an hour, and I'm going to have to stop the video and finish the rest of these hearts, because I'm not going to do all 4 hearts on the live, because as long as I show you how to do one of them, you'll be able to figure it out. But you're gonna need to put the spray foam in there. This is also gonna help with the flowers. Now, another thing you're gonna need is, I'm gonna be putting flowers on the bottom of my thing. So basically, if you probably will see the picture on the homepage, but what we're gonna be doing is we're basically gonna be taking these hearts and we're gonna be spelling out love. And we're gonna be stacking the hearts on top of each other like so, all the way down. And then we're gonna use these letters, we're gonna cut the tinsel off, and we're gonna put love down it. And then in the bottom, where the spray foam is, to cover up all this, we're gonna put flowers. Now, you can use Dollar Tree flowers. I got Dollar Tree flowers just so I could show you guys, because I feel bad. Sometimes I do Dollar Tree DIYs and I feel like half of my materials come from other stores. So I kind of want this to be, which shucks y'all, you should really check your flowers before you buy them, because sometimes you get ones that don't have a flower on it, which whatever. So I just went with the Dollar Tree flowers. I got some roses. I got some pink. And then I found these, you guys, in the crafting section. And they're little roses, but they don't look like Dollar Tree flowers. They're actually really nice flowers. So I got 2 of the pink, and I love the greenery on them. And then I got 2 of like the whitey creamy color. So those are gonna help. And then we might need to use a little bit of greenery from my stash. Dollar Tree, I think, does sell greenery, but they didn't have any. And then I got some little heart picks. I have some red ones too. We might use these in the flowers too. I'm not sure yet. And then I'm thinking about doing some sort of little bows in between the hearts, or maybe on the bottom. So I got some pink ribbon. You know I don't like Dollar Tree ribbon, but for the case of this video, I wanted to use as many products from the Dollar Tree as I could for you guys that don't want to go out and spend $1 million. And then I got some tulle because we might use that with the bow. I'm not 100% sure yet, you guys. We're going to learn together how to do this project. I've pretty much got an idea, but I'm not sure how I want to embellish it 100% yet. But we will get this this show on the road. And yeah, so make sure you guys let me know in the comments how you guys like this video after we're done. And let me know what you guys thought of it. I'm trying to figure out where this little flower came from, but I don't see where it's missing one. 3. I feel like it's one of these. We're just gonna make it one of those. I think it's right here. But yeah, so you let me know what you guys think of this video. So what you're gonna need to do, well, we're gonna eventually have to add another pole onto this, because of the fact that the 4 hearts won't fit on this thing good enough. So we're gonna have to add another pole and cut it, but I'm not gonna do that until towards the end, okay? So we'll do that towards the end. We're gonna work on the hearts first. So what you're gonna need to do is I'm gonna slide you guys over, drop you guys down, and let's get started. So what you're gonna need to do is, let me move the other hearts out of the way. You're gonna need one of your hearts, and this should come out pretty easily. You guys, I'm on top of it with these Dollar Tree DIYs. I did a Dollar Tree DIY, or I did not a Dollar Tree DIY, but I did a Valentine's Day project yesterday, and I uploaded it. It's the gnomes. You gotta find the end, y'all. I don't know where the end is on this one. So, in a little bit when I show you guys, if you guys decide not to go with the love, you could definitely, the Dollar Tree sells stencils over by like the cardboard or like the poster board stuff, and you guys could cut stencils out and you do that way. Or if you're trying to find a different word but you can't find like the word or whatever, like maybe you want it to say heart or something else, but you can't find something that's spelled out already, definitely use those stencils. That's what I was actually going to use in the beginning, and then I was in the checkout line and I saw the little love sign hanging over there, and I was like, oh my god, I need that. So I quick ran over there when the guy was checking me out. But it comes out really easily. This is a lot easier than those hearts that I used for a Valentine's Day tree this year. I have pictures on my Facebook page if you guys want to see that. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome. We do all sorts of DIYs. My goal this year is to do DIYs for all holidays. Last year I started and then I never finished, but yeah, we're gonna get this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna pushed this together and I said, you know what? I want to upload at least once a week, but if I can't get up 1 week, then I'm going to make sure I do a little bit more for like the next week or the week before to make up for the week that I might miss. You can either keep this tinsel and use it for another project. I'm not going to keep it because it's kind of garbage. And you know, I save so much stuff, you guys, and then I throw it away 2 years down the road, so I might as well just get rid of it now. So, that is what we're going to do with this. And then what we're going to do is you're going to just rewrap it with that cute Valentine's Day, or this yarn. So we're gonna figure out what to do. We're gonna, I'm not 100% sure exactly what we want to do with this yet. I'm thinking we're gonna start down here on the bottom, and we're gonna just put some hot glue right down here at the bottom, and we're going to go like this. I want to see if I can drop you guys down a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit more. There. Now you guys are a little closer. My apologies. Sometimes I just can't get the camera angles correct. Okay. I actually lifted it up before I started from last night because I was like, well, I want to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I don't know, we might go right around it like this, but I really didn't want to have to go like that because that's using so much more material. But I didn't really think about this. So I was thinking if I could just go back and then loop it and come back the opposite way and then loop it. Oh, I could go like that. Loop it, go, loop it, come back, loop it, come back, loop it. Oh my gosh, that actually kind of looks good, except for the fact that right down here you can basically see. So we're gonna just have to go, we might just have to add a little hot glue. Oh, here. Oh, y'all, we can just do exactly what they did before. And then we might have to go back in at the end and add a little bit more of the stuff, but I'm basically just going back and forth and looping it in and out of those little plastic nubs there. You could definitely wrap it the opposite way if you wanted to, but I don't want to use so much of this yarn if I don't have to, because you're not going to see the back. Now this is going to be something really cute if you wanted to use for your front porch. Now I'm going to tell you right now that if you're going to do this for your front porch, I would 100% recommend using rocks to go on the inside of your, before you put that spray foam in there. I would definitely put rocks down in that container, because let me just tell you that that it's going to get windy and then it's going to tip over, because this is not going to be no sturdy like handy dandy thing. Okay, this thing is going to end up being very not sturdy. So you're gonna definitely want to add some sort of, maybe even like a brick down in there, something to make it heavy, so that way if it's out on your front porch and the wind picks up or whatever, it does not go flying. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you do everything I'm doing right now, this is not intended to be going outside for me, but like I said, it can definitely go out on your front porch if you wanted to. I think it would look really cool on your front porch, but definitely gonna need something down there, because let me just tell you, this thing is very light. Spray foam has got no weight to it, so if you think that because you're putting the spray foam that it's gonna be heavier, you're wrong. So we're gonna just go back through, but I wanna like you have to kind of stop at the end over there, and then we're gonna figure this out, you guys. We're doing good. I think we're doing pretty good. I don't know about you. What do you guys think? Let me know. I think we're learning together. We're crafting as a team here. Sometimes, y'all, I come on and I have no idea what I'm doing, and today's one of them, where I'm like, friend, I have no idea what I'm doing, so if you think I'm doing something, if you think I know what I'm doing, I hate to break it to you, but I'm kind of, I had an idea, I just didn't know how it was going to turn out, and I wasn't going to just like practice before I came on. If this doesn't turn out the way I want it to, you'll definitely won't be seeing this until the end when I decide what, until I might go back through and be like, okay, we're gonna just restart again. And then I might have all of them done besides the one, and then once I figure it out, I'll show you. But I might just like go all in and you might see this. So if you're seeing this, that means it kind of turned out okay. So hopefully that's what happens, because I don't like redoing videos, you guys. I'm one of those people that's like, no. Some people are like, oh, I said a wrong word or something, so they like redo it. Y'all, I don't have time for that. I'm a busy person. I am a high school student who runs a business, who is in sports, who's in 4-H, who runs the apparel at our school, my school. I'm the apparel manager, so I'm in charge of all the sports apparel, all the apparel that goes in our school store, any specialty stuff that needs to get done. Like right now, our dance team has got something going on. They need t-shirts ordered. They have to go through me. So I have lots of stuff going on. I do tutorials for Facebook here. So I don't have like endless hours and endless time. So I do this in the middle. I'm doing this. I just got done with an exam today, and then I came down here and I'm doing this. So I live a busy life. I don't got time for mistakes. And if I make a mistake, I just show it, and you know, we learn together. Like, I don't come on here and tell you guys I'm perfect. I never said that, never will, never gonna be. Some people, I think, like to come on to their videos and think it's like they know everything, and like that they don't make any mistakes, and like if they make a mistake, they delete that video. Y'all, I'll show you guys. I will be straight honest. I have never made a mistake and was like, yo, no, I can't show that to someone. Unless it was very tragic, like, okay, it's not even like a learning mistake. Like, it definitely just like, but like, if it's like, oh, this is not turning out the way I like it, I just say, hey, you know what? I honestly kind of, not gonna lie, I kind of like the little bit of the see-through. It kind of looks a little bit more rustic. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like that. I kind of actually like that. That one spot just needed a little bit of a, but I kind of like the way that that looks. I'm going to actually come in here, you guys, and glue a little bit of hot glue down in here, so that way this part right here kind of bends down, and it kind of makes a more of a heart shape. And now I'm dodging bite holes in my sunburned Silverado, like a heart broke desperado, and right back to my roots. Y'all, what's your favorite song, or like well, you can favorite comment your favorite song, but what's your favorite genre of music? Yo, we're gonna put some red wire down, and then we're gonna pull this stuff down, so, because that hot glue ain't gonna do us any justice, y'all. I love country, if you can't tell. Like a heart broke desperado, and it's right back to my roots. Something about the way she kissed me tells me she's from Eastern Tennessee, and all I got with me was the sand in my boots. Yeah, I love the way that it kind of looks like a slat wall, or like the grid of like a you know, like baskets or crates, like they have, like you can see through them a little bit. I like that look. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can kind of see through it a little bit. I kind of like that look. We're gonna do that. I don't care. Y'all might be like, nope, I hate that. Guess what, friends? That's why y'all can make your own and do it exactly how you want it, and then that's how you do it. That's the best part about DIYing. So we're gonna do one more with the pink, and then I'm gonna get off, and then I'm going to do the one more red and one more pink, and then I'll go back on. Y'all don't really need to see me do this exact same process over again, but in case you missed what we were doing the first time, you just take all this crap off of here, get rid of it. I don't remember where the top was again. I think it was on the top, or no, he was there on the bottom, I think. No, I lied. It was definitely up here on the top, right here. Okay. Something about the way she kissed me tells me she's from Eastern Tennessee. Y'all get to listen to a concert and my singing, and my crafting DIYs. Oh my gosh, y'all must be you guys are one lucky people. A concert and a tutorial in one. Or you guys are like, no, this is more like losing my hearing and a tutorial in one. There's no way that you would listen to me sing. Sometimes I listen to myself sing and I'm like, Max, you're giving yourself a headache. Okay, so get rid of that because I'm just not a fan of it. And okay, so like I said, there's so many different ways. I've seen people wrap these forms in mesh before, and you know the Dollar Tree does sell mesh, so you could definitely do that. I need to grab my little yarn, and we're gonna start it off with some hot glue. If you're gonna leave this outside, I would definitely have added glue partially way through, like the way. Okay, y'all, I stutter. If you have not noticed that, sometimes I'm talking and I stutter. I apologize. You guys can most definitely, like if you're gonna like keep this outside, I would probably like here I put a dab of glue, and then over there a dab of glue, just because that way if the wind gets to it or the rain gets to it or the snow or whatever, the weather and the wind, it doesn't like come apart or unravel or whatever. But it shouldn't. If you keep a nice tight thing, and make sure it's around those little pegs. Plus these are Dollar Tree forms, so yeah, at any given point, one of these little pegs could definitely just like haul off and break. Okay. It's hard to hold on to this roll. So just keep going back and forth, and then actually you would stop at that one, and then I would go here to the corner, back to this corner. Come on, you can do this. I believe in you. Okay, and then hold please, y'all. Okay, that's probably what I would do. Yeah, I would definitely just do that. Okay, and then we're gonna cut it and then glue it to the back. Like I said, you're not gonna see the back. This is gonna be a directional thing. If you wanted, you could most definitely do this a two-directional thing, and then like put the pole in between and have another heart on the other side. These actually, y'all, do you know how cool these things would stinking look? Okay, let's just be real here. We all have seen those like willow hanging something that have like lights in them that are so expensive, and you're like, oh my god, I love those. Tell me that this would not look stinking amazing if we had like the gaps in there like that, and we like put two of these together, and then we put string lights in there, and then we hung these. We might just have another DIY coming. Okay, let me just pretend like that. That would, I think, would be the coolest thing. Is Has anyone ever done something like that before? Because if you have, we need pictures. We need pictures. Like right now. Yo, I want you guys to join my Facebook group, the MB Crew. I will have the link. You can use the link tree in the description to find it. It is my free private Facebook group where you guys can post pictures of anything you have made, especially now that I have started this. I might even start another private group that's like DIY with Max or something, and we might even do like just DIYs in that group, and then you guys can also post pictures of your DIYs in there. The one I have now is like just like people can ask for advice and stuff, but it's also a group where people can share like lives and stuff in there. But I think that if I'm gonna I might start a new one. Maybe I'll start it and then I'll put it in the comments. Well, we'll see. Otherwise, I'll get it for sure up and I'll make sure to let you guys know in the next video. But I think that would be kind of fun, like a DIY with Max. Tell me that would not be stinking awesome. Like, who wouldn't want to DIY with Max? Y'all are DIYing with Max right now. Because if you didn't know, my name is Max. Someone said that I don't introduce myself before my lives, but I feel like I always do. Maybe that one time I didn't do it, but I feel like I always introduce myself when I say welcome to my channel. And a lot of people said that they can't hear me in my lives, y'all. But I swear I'm talking really loud. They also said that it's that they can't hear me when I turn away and I like look the other way. So that's why I'm trying not to like have to turn away, and if I do, not talk so you guys can hear me. But sometimes like I'm literally just like people are commenting saying that they can't hear me, but like I'm talking really loud right now, so you might have to turn your volume up, because like I listen to myself, I watch the video over again before I upload it, and I can hear myself just fine. Sometimes you just have to turn the volume up. If your volume's not up all the way, it might not be very loud, but make sure your volume's up, and then otherwise like I hear myself, so I don't know if it's just maybe it's just you, or maybe there's actually something wrong. But then like but then I feel like people wouldn't be like commenting if they couldn't hear me and like saying like, oh, this is so fun, unless they're watching it in silence. But like I feel like I can hear myself when I'm talking, so I can obviously hear myself when I'm talking. I'm a loudmouth, but like I can hear myself when I watch the video. So we'll have to see. So I'm actually going to do one of the letters before I get off of here, and then I'll finish the other two hearts and then the other letters when I get off, so that way we don't have to, and then I'll come back once I have them all done. That way you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this 4 times, because I think that would just be boring. Y'all might be like, no, that's fun, but I don't know what else to talk. I don't like to sit here and talk to it feels like I'm talking to myself when I do YouTube, because when I'm on Facebook, I have comments and stuff. I'm gonna do more YouTube lives, but I just need to get a couple like 1,000 more subscribers. That way, like I can do them, but otherwise I just feel like there's no one that ever watches it when I go live, and it's nicer to have a bunch of people watching. And then also like my video, it has trouble uploading once I do it. But y'all, let me just pretend like these are both pink, and we like put string lights and then we glued these together and then we hung them from a string. Oh, these would look so fun. Pretend like they're both pink. And then they lit up. Oh, those would be so stinking awesome. I actually do have lights, but they're not like the lights that I would put in here. I'd put like fairy lights. That's what I would put in here. Okay, we're gonna break this apart. This is glued or put together somehow, some way. I don't know how, but it's put together somehow. Oh, it's just got some like little arch pieces. Okay, so we're just gonna break it apart so that way we can see the word love. Something about the way she kissed me tells me she's from Eastern Tennessee. but I always go back with me and the sand in my boot. Okay, I'm just gonna break apart this like plasticky extra pieces. Okay, oh my god. It was like, this is like not bad until they put this ugly foam thing there. Like that looks horrendous. That looks absolutely terrible the way they put that little gem thing there. Oh my gosh. They tried their best though. We're gonna make this 10 times better. Okay. So, I have seen someone on TikTok do this, y'all, and they use the Dollar Tree pumpkin forms, and they wrapped them in the mesh, and then they used like, it was super cool. And I was like, I'm gonna do something Valentine's Day. But they don't sell, they do actually sell the heart forms, but I haven't seen them lately, y'all. The Dollar Tree heart forms, and these ones work just fine. You just have to take the tinsel off, which is not that big of a deal. Okay, so now we've got some letters, which is good. We needed some letters, and they're nice and big, and they're gonna fit like perfectly. So same concept as before. Take off the ugly and put on the pretty. Now, if you were like, you know, I don't really care what this looks like, y'all could definitely just take those red hearts and just take off the word love and then cut these apart and leave the tinsel on them and glue them onto the thing. I don't know how well the red on red would look, but, or maybe you're just like, I'd just change the letters, but you don't mind the tinsel. You could just easily probably just take this off real nice and simple. Yeah. You could easily take this tinsel off, or this little love thing, because that's what even said. Yeah, it says love. I was like, is that even what it says? I hope I'm not reading it wrong. And then you could glue the letters right onto here, and you wouldn't even have to go through the process of adding this. But I just like the way that the yarn one looks a little bit better. So that's me, but like I said, you guys can definitely do it whatever way, whatever floats your boat, right? This one's like very woven in there. So if you have not already checked out the Valentine's Hershey Bar Gnome tutorial, you should go check it out. It's a super simple, fun tutorial, and I'll be working on those after this because I've got orders that need to go out for those bad boys. This would be something that I wouldn't sell and ship out just because it's going to be such a big project that I don't even know how ridiculous the shipping would be for it. But this would be, I would just sell this. Craft shows, I was already thinking like summer. I have a craft show coming up. I was like, these would look so good for like a summer craft show. We could do maybe like something summery with them. Christmas, I think would look super fun. Something, I don't know what we would do exactly, but we could definitely come up with something. Maybe the word joy coming down. I was thinking about Valentine, St. Patrick's, and doing like lucky or something with 5 shamrocks. Or, I don't know, something. I was thinking love just worked out easily. We got lucky with that one. Easter, I was thinking about doing like Easter eggs, if I could find Easter eggs. And I know that they sell the Easter egg tinsel things like this. But I was trying to think of like what word to do, because obviously the more words the bigger the word is, the more of the things you have to do and the taller the thing gets. But I don't know. I was thinking maybe like, blessed, that's a really long word actually. Easter's probably shorter than that. What would look really cool is if you had, like, put them in front of your front door and you did like happy spelled out with 1 and then put Easter on the other side of the door. So it's like, you know what I mean. Happy on one tier and then Easter on the other side. And you could do like Mary on one and then Xmas or Christmas, or you could do blessed for Halloween, or for not for Halloween, but for Thanksgiving. There are so many. Or you could do like, you could do Happy Valentine's Day, or love. I like the love, just simple, but you could do like Happy V-Day, or love on one end and then bug on the other, like love bug. That's a nice little, or like Be Mine. You could do like simple, or hugs on one and kisses on the other. So you could really make these super simple, you guys. I'm not going to put these outside of my door, so I don't need 2 of them. I'm probably going to take it upstairs and put it on my fireplace. And put it up on our fireplace. I think that would look super cool. But y'all, like, I've seen stuff like this in the store, and it is way expensive. So now you can do this. They have these things wrapped, so they've got these like dummy proofed, y'all. I can like not even get this apart. Oh, there. And it comes apart. But I would probably, definitely, if someone wanted to buy it, I would do it like craft shows, in person, sales, or yourself. But I would not ship something like this just because it's going to be so big. People don't like to spend $1 million on their shipping. I've learned that a thing or times or two. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this up with the white yarn. Now I could have just, didn't even have to buy the white yarn. Oh, the white yarn is so thick. So we don't even work, it's going to cover up really fast. But I think the white will really pop on the colorful pieces. I think I was debating, I wasn't sure if I'm gonna have to cut the little grooves in there, but I'm thinking that because this, oh y'all, okay, so we're gonna have to do a quick little like unravel and then bundle it all up, because there's no way I'm gonna get this big chunky ball through that little hole. So we're gonna, ooh, I got it in the floor, and my floor is all dirty. Okay, so we're gonna just take this and go right through the hole, and then wherever we started, looks like we already are losing it, or wait here, okay. Okay, so we're gonna just find where we started and then go around. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. So we're just gonna weave in and out. You just gotta be very like, this one I'm not worried about going through the back, covering the back, because like it's a very flat surface, and trying to go back and forth with this is just gonna be a pain in the butt. So we'll just go through it. It won't be too bad. I didn't realize that this is a very chunky, but it's gonna give it more of a 3D effect, with it being more chunky on the front and then pulled tight on the back. So it's gonna really help make our letters pop off of our little hearts. Y'all, I think this project is gonna be so stinking cute. Let me just say, y'all better like this project up, because this is taking a lot of time. And then I will go through at the end and I will add up how much it cost me to do this. I don't know exactly how much I paid for this yarn. Well, I know how much I paid for this yarn because I bought it today, but the other yarn I don't remember. But like I said, there's so many other things you could do at the dollar store. If you didn't want to do this and wrap this, you could definitely, they sell the cardboard little like cardstock, and you could definitely trace out letters. They sell cardstock little like traceable letters there already. You could even probably, they didn't have any colors like mine, they had yellow and blue, but if they had like a red, you could just buy them and wouldn't have to even cut them out. You could just glue those right on, and you wouldn't have to worry about doing this. But I think this is just gonna look a little neater. And then, like I said, the dollar store sells mesh. You could definitely cover the hearts in mesh, and you wouldn't have to do this chunky yarn, which would probably be a little a little bit more cost effective. So you just go ahead and test it out the way you want to. Like I said, it's so simple, and there is not much, there are so many ways you can change it up. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, but you're a crafter, you're a creator, you're creative. Use your creative mind. People always, as a crafter, you can't just be creative with your designs. You also have to be creative with the way you use your supplies, the way you think about what supplies to use, because sometimes you can't find the supply that you're looking for, so you have to just use your creative brain and come up with an alternative supply, because if you wait around for that one supply that you're looking for, you might be waiting for a long time. Especially now with supply chain shortages, some things that I use on a regular basis I can't get right now, so I need to be creative and come up with ways to, I can't just be like, yep, nope, my business is gonna get shut down for the next 5 months because I can't find wreath frames. Lucky enough, I found a bunch, but a couple months ago, wreath frames were very, very hard to come by. They were like a needle in a haystack. Let me put this away so it doesn't. So I couldn't just say, oh, yep, well, looks like I'm gonna close my business down for 3 months because I don't have wreath frames. I had to come up and be creative. I might have to go and make my own wreath frames. Luckily, I didn't run out, but like if I would have ran out, I had alternatives. I would have had to work more on grapevines, because maybe you are just mesh and you don't do anything with grapevines. You might have to get grapevines and add the mesh to the grapevine. So you have to think outside the box when it comes to things like this, especially now, like I said, supply shortages. Sometimes you can't get stuff in. Some holidays, the holiday stuff is sold out real fast, but you need something. You're like, I need to make a wreath for Valentine's Day, but they don't have any Valentine's Day stuff. You might just have to go and use some of your red Christmas picks or your red and pink, your pink ribbon that you have. It doesn't have to necessarily be for Valentine's Day, but as long as it's the colors for Valentine's Day. Mardi Gras stuff. Mardi Gras is becoming very hard to get Mardi Gras stuff, so they're having to become very creative with the supplies they need for their Mardi Gras designs, some of the designers out there. So you just have to go and say, well, I need gold, purple, and green. So I might just have to go and get some gold Christmas picks that I found. So there's our little O. Really cute. So you're going to do that exact same thing. I would just go right around the L just like that. I would go around the E like this. And then I would probably cut it, and or I don't know how I would do it here. Somehow you'd have to figure it out. I'll show you guys when I do it. But you're going to do it like that. You're going to finish your other 2 hearts. I'm going to do one more pink, one more red. I'm not going to do that on live because I don't want this to be it's going to be more than an hour long, but I don't want this to be a 3-hour live or a video for you guys. So if you need to learn how to do this again, you can always go back and rewatch that portion of it. And I will be back when I have these other 2 done and these other ones wrapped, okay? So we're back. I have all the forms done. I actually put on the letters for some of them. So I have L-O. I've got the V, and then we're going to put the E on. I put zip ties through the back. I kind of strung them through, bring them back through. You can see a little bit of the zip tie in there, but honestly, it's white. It's gonna blend in. So I just kind of gonna take this and string it through the form and kind of make it centered enough with the, because once you get it on there, well, you can take it off probably, but we don't want to have to do that. Okay, and then we might have to go back through. I did it before. I had to go back in because it kind of pulls together, so I'm just going to go back in there and I'm going to just add another just simple half of a row, kind of just like so. I burnt my finger doing this before, so I'm going to be more careful this time. I don't like burning my finger, y'all. Oh, now I pulled it out. Okay, so we're going to just pull it over that and bring it through. and just hot glue the end, cut the tip, and just bring it over. And then I just use something else besides your finger. That way you don't have to worry if the glue comes on there that it's your finger getting burnt. So, and then our E is on there. I just figured zip ties would be a little bit more secure, especially if you're going to be putting these outside. You could have just hot glued them on, but you know, I don't really want to have to do that. Actually, I might just add a little hot glue down to these ones just to kind of see if they will stay. They might not, and then if not, that's fine. But I definitely would not just hot glue them down and not zip tie them, especially if you live in like Texas or Florida or California or Arizona, and you're gonna be putting this in your front desk. Hot glue, when it gets hot, it's gonna reactivate and get melty again, and then it's not gonna stick. So if this is gonna be something you're gonna put outside, you wanna make sure, ouchie, you don't burn yourself when you're making it first. And then you wanna make sure that you don't, it looks fine just like that. Okay, this stuff is dry. Honestly, y'all, I'm pretty much prone to getting hot glue burned, but that one was kind of hot. So, we're gonna just cover that up a little bit with some hot glue, just kind of activate that. So we're gonna, now is when we're gonna put this stuff on our form. Just cover that up a little bit too. So, I did have to go back through and I added a little bit of more height to our pole. As you can see, I went and I added a little bit more and I just black taped it on there, and I just had to cut the end, so I just made it like this. You're not gonna see the back. I added another about 5 to 6 inches. You're gonna measure your whatever you're working on out, and you'll see how much you need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to pull you guys up, and we're going to start on the bottom with that. So we're gonna need L-O-V, we're gonna need the E. I don't wanna spell it wrong. And then I went through and I made a mark of where I want this to be stuck, or not stuck, but where I want this to end, because I want enough room where my florals are gonna be. I need some zip ties, and then we're gonna come through and I'm gonna put 2 zip ties through the base of the actually I want to go through here. That will work better. I'm thinking that this is gonna work. We might have to go back in and like attach it a little bit better at the end, but I kind of want to just be able to get it in there. And then I kind of made a mark right here where I want my first letter to start, because I'm gonna have some flowers in here and I don't really want my flowers to just like come sprouting out into my actual thing. So we're gonna come back here, try to hold it. Maybe I'm gonna push it down like this and hold it like this until I get at least one of the zip ties on. And then you want to make sure your heart is nice and centered on your thing, not crooked, obviously. And I'm not going to pull it tight because that way I can adjust it if I need to. So we have the L on there, or the E on there. Sorry. Now we'll move up in line. I'm going to put a zip tie through the back. Same way. So I'll show you guys where I'm going to put the zip ties here in a second. So I put one through this top right here, and I put one down here on the bottom in the middle, kind of. This one is between the 2 crosses. And then I'm gonna flip this around. I wanted mine to go alternate, the pink and red. You could do it whatever way. Maybe you had like 2 different shades of pink and 2 different shades of red, or a white or whatever. You could do all different colors. What would really be cute is you could do like blue and yellow, and then put little sayings on here, and then make them into like the little cute little candy heart candies that they have. If you know what I'm talking about. they sell those little candy heart things. Love. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm spelling this right, y'all, because I would be the one, y'all, that spells it wrong. And then I'd be on there, and then they'd be like, that is not how you spell love. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Y'all wouldn't judge me, though. I know that. Some of y'all might, though. I would deserve to be judged if I don't know how to spell love. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get these zip ties through. Should have had this done before I came on. Someone's gonna say that in the comments. So you don't have to say it, because I said it myself. You should have your supplies ready before you start your video. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. No need to come at me. Sometimes I just am not ready. I get too excited about what we're doing. Okay, L-O. Love. It's a burning match. I don't think I'm even gonna be able to reach that up there. I fell into a burning ring of fire. It went down, 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 and the flames got higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire. I'm gonna have to stand up on this thing, y'all. The ring of fire. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, stay here, y'all. Oh, this mother trucker needs to be. Oh, I almost swore that was bad of me. This guy up here needs to be dusted. Kind of forgot about him up here. Ew. And it burns, burns, burns. I need to push that one down a little bit. Okay. So this guy just needs to come down. I'm actually going to do him in between this pole and this pole, just so he's nice and secure. I want to make sure that you can't see where I'm doing that. Okay, no. We can fix that. Easy fix. This is so fun, y'all. I think we might have to glue them a little bit to make them stay. So that they don't turn as much, because this one's trying to turn on me. So now that I like how it is, I'm going to go in and pull all the zip ties to make them a little bit more tighter. And then we have L-O-V-E. That's your spelling word of the day. Okay, so, oh my gosh, y'all, this is so fun. I love this. It turned, y'all, don't you love it when your projects actually turn out the way you wanted them to? Sometimes you're just like, oh, is it better? If it happens, if it turns out the way I plan it to, it'll look good. Y'all, I honestly probably would have I would have probably added something in the bottom of this, even if you're not gonna put it out, to make it a little bit more heavy, but now I know for next time I'd probably put like some kind of like rock or something. Gravel. Something or another. I'm going to pull the camera. I'm going to stop the camera, and then I'm going to set up in a new angle, so that way we can start or finish this in a where you guys can see what I'm doing. So I just shaved down the foam because it was really tall, and what we're going to need to do is I'm going to need to put some moss down on here, because obviously I need to cover up the foam. So what I do is I just have floral moss. They sell this at the dollar store, but I figure why buy it if I have some already. And I like this stuff a little bit better, but they do sell this stuff at the Dollar Tree. It's hit or miss when they have it, because they don't always have it in stock. Kind of hit or miss anytime you're at the dollar store, whether they have stuff in stock. But if you use a lot of it, you could get it online. I'm pretty sure that they sell it online. I also forgot to show you guys, this is the stuff that I used called Gaps and Cracks. It's right here. Great stuff, Gaps and Cracks. Mine came in a 2-pack at Home Depot, and I don't remember how much. It was like $4.99, $5.99, so it was very inexpensive. And you can make literally so many things with it. Basically what you would use to insulate your house with, kind of. And it grows, so you don't have to have it reel a whole lot because it expands, which is super cool. So you're gonna need this just to cover this up. I like to make it look better. Some people wait till after they have all their florals in, but I think it's more difficult because then you have to sit there and go around the florals and try to weave in and out of them, and it's just a pain in the butt, I think. So I do it all right then, because you're gonna see some of it. Otherwise, you're gonna need to add so much florals to try to make it so it's all covered, that it's a lot easier just to put some moss down and not have to do much with it. I like this stuff. This is moss I get from Walmart, and it's nice because it's like longer. The stuff at the dollar store is like shredded. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't really like it very much. I did start off with it, using it. It's basically more like natural moss. This stuff is a little bit more artificial, which I kind of like better anyways, because you don't really see a whole lot of it, but I just like the way it lays on the stuff better, and it helps kind of cover it more stuff up with less material. Got more layerage, that's the word. And then these are just floral pins. You can get them at any craft store. If you can't find these, you can just take like what are they called? Paper clips, and pull them out, and just turn them into like a U shape and use them like I just did these. You can get these at any store, and I use them in a lot of my projects. So, but the dollar store might sell them, but I've never seen them, so I wouldn't guarantee it. So we got that, okay, and what you could actually do is, I thought about doing this at first and it would look cool, but I thought I'd just add a little bit more to it. You could just take that foam and cover it up with like, you know, that paper shreddy stuff. I think that would look cool on there, and then you wouldn't have to add flowers. But I think we should I thought, why not just go ahead and just add some flowers to this and make it look a little bit more fun. These came from the dollar store again. The dollar store has tons of flowers. Some are good and some are like, ew. I don't really buy them normally, but I figured for this project, I'm going to just get something. And then I have a glue skillet back here. Basically what it is it's basically just a skillet with glue in it, hence the name glue skillet. And I just use it to, we're gonna need to cut the flowers down towards the front here, just so it doesn't, I don't want my E getting covered up, but I do want some popping out the back and in the front. And come out the sides can be a little bit longer. So just kind of, this now is when it comes floral arranging. Like I said, if you're not very good with floral arranging, or you don't really want to do any floral arranging, you definitely don't have to. You could definitely just go in with that paper shred or anything you could basically just fill this with. But you just don't want to leave that ugly floral moss just hanging out there having a good old time, because I don't think, or that gaps and cracks, I don't think that would look good just down the bottom. But there's probably tons of different ways you can fill that in. I think this will just look very fun and festive. So I got one of those. I got 2 of each of the stems, but I don't know if I'm going to need all of them. You might put some towards the back, depending on how it goes. This stuff is actually super nice. Like, for being Dollar Tree product, I'm actually super, super, super surprised about how nice it is. Because normally, y'all, you know that Dollar Tree doesn't normally always have the nicest florals. They're okay if you want to be on a budget, but If you're like me and you're a designer, normally Dollar Tree flowers are like not where it's at. But I think that they would be perfect little things to add into your design. Okay, sorry y'all, I had to go talk to my dad about something. So, we're just going to keep adding these flowers in here. I bought some roses that we can put in here, and then like I said, I was looking for greenery to go down here, but we didn't have any, so they didn't have any like greenery that I liked. Or I don't think they really had much at all, to be honest with you, to even go in here. So we're just gonna keep on placing these. That's why I kind of picked this flower, because it had some greenery attached to it, and I liked the way it looked. So now I'm gonna just go in and I'm gonna add my bigger flowers and kind of create a little bit of a base. These ones are very kind of fake looking. I do have better ones, but like I said, I wanted this to be something where I show you guys, because some people always say, you always call it a Dollar Tree DIY, and then you're always using supplies from other stores. That's because normally I just get this main product at Dollar Tree, and then I use some of the stuff to embellish it. But I was like, you know what? Y'all are right. I can't call it a Dollar Tree DIY if I'm using stuff from Michael's. Now, obviously, you're going to find some stuff that it's easier just to get it at the store, but I wanted it to be more of a Dollar Tree supply, so we're gonna go with this. If I were to sell something like this, I would definitely use more top quality supplies, but this is just for my house. Like I said, I'm probably gonna put it up on my mom, and you wouldn't have to hot glue these in. I always hot glue my stuff in, but like I said, if you're gonna put this on your front door, I would definitely glue them in, just so that the wind doesn't take them and they don't go flying. Oh, that one's not tall enough. I need a taller one. Ugh. So we're gonna put this, oh, that one's not tall either. Neither is this one. Well, this one's kind of screwed up. We're gonna just use it. And I don't like the fake greenery. Ugh, it's so ugly. So that I do get rid of. That I do get rid of. Okay, we're gonna just take this guy. We're going to pop him out the back here. I want to make sure I have a variety going on. That one's not tall enough either. I cut it too short, y'all. Cutting them too short. What in the world? Okay, so we're gonna put this guy right there. And then, like I said, I want to have something in here to help bring it to life a little bit more. Ew. Okay, y'all know what I can do, actually? Is I can put a different stem on the flower, so I don't have to use the exact same flower. I just need that stem. There. And you can have them popping out the sides. I'm gonna probably put some towards the back. So I did buy bows too that I thought about making, and then I also did buy little hearts that we can add in here to make this a little bit more Valentine's Day like. I don't know. Y'all, what would be really cute is if you did them for different holidays, and then, or you just put like welcome, and then you just change the bottom every holiday, and just change the flowers and the greenery. But I think it'd be easier just to do this. So I dip everything in hot glue because otherwise, No, I leave those up.
Let's just get windy or no.
Well, I don't. Then you can take them down. I have some red ones like this too, you guys, that I thought about adding in here. Sorry, my dad's taking down decorations, and he's like, I think the little pine cones that we have in front of our house would look fine. I'm gonna grab the red ones quick. I bought some I bought some succulents today, you guys, some fake ones at the dollar store. I'm gonna do a wreath with them. So either might be $1 or live for Facebook, or it might be on here. I don't know yet. Or I might just try it out and see how it turns out first, and then I could do another one. But I got some really cool succulents. Okay, I like the variety of these. So we're gonna add one more here, and then I said I'm gonna add a little bit of greenery. Now, you can definitely, like I said, get...
What? What store? What store?
Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of greenery. Now, this is not from the dollar store. This is from my stash. So you could definitely get greenery somewhere else, but I just want something in here to bring it a little bit more. Bring something. More wispy to it, I guess. So I'm gonna grab a pliers, and I'm going to take the thing and I'm going to break this apart. So I don't care. No. So I'm gonna put these in the back, and we're going to just bring a little bit more wispiness to this, and I might even add a couple picks or something. I don't know yet, you guys. So you can definitely add this and turn this into more of a, doesn't have to be just Dollar Tree DIY. It could definitely be mostly Dollar Tree, because basically everything we added was dollar store until we added this greenery. So we did pretty good, you guys. And I love this greenery. It's very springish. Oh, I'm not even showing you guys what to do. What? No.
You clean it out or what?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna put one more. Oh, I have one more. So the E, I don't want it to be covered, so we're gonna be careful with that. Oh my gosh, y'all, it's so pretty. So pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I think it's super, super cool. I really did want to add a bow though. I thought about maybe just adding a couple. Let me just see what I'm gonna, let me just show you guys what I was thinking about doing. So I bought this ribbon, and I thought about just doing a little simple, like, I don't know exactly when I say simple, y'all. Y'all know me with simple. It don't end up very simple. Sorry, y'all, that was really loud. But I thought about just adding like a little tool with a little bow over the top in between each letter to kind of cover up all the, where it's all hanging together and everything. I don't know how in the world this stuff is like. Okay, what in the world? Oh, here, okay. Found it. So I'm gonna just roll out like a big roll. I'm gonna cut it. Okay. And then I'm going to take it. I'm gonna pull you guys down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna, you can't see it because it's iridescent. So I'm gonna pinch it in the middle and I'm just gonna ruffle all the way up. So it's like that. And it kind of creates a thing. And I thought about just adding that right in the middle with a little bit of the red or the pink ribbon. Let me clip this together, y'all. These are the clips from the dollar store and I love them. That, and then I thought about just taking some of this pink ribbon, very simply, nothing crazy. Honestly, I'll create a little bit of a bow, or let me grab my easy bow maker. And I'm gonna just measure out about a 4-inch tail, and then a 4-inch loop, and another 4-inch loop, and then actually here, let's go like this. 4-inch loop, 4-inch loop, and then I'm going to just put the little bow on top of that. That way I don't have to worry about it being all underneath it like that. Okay, and then we're just gonna cut that like so, and then we'll grab a pipe cleaner and we'll just, oh, that's really big. Hold please, y'all. I think we're gonna go with the 3-inch loop. I can't find my 3-inch tail. Okay, there. Yeah, we're gonna go with the 3-inch. I don't want it to be too big and overpowering that you can't see our letters. Okay, we'll just cut that then. Okay. And then we'll just take a pipe cleaner. They sell pipe cleaners at the dollar store, so you can find this there. I have my pink ones over here. Doing a tree install and I never took the pipe cleaners back out. So let me do this and pipe cleaner it around. And I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing this exactly. I'll just go like that. Let me just quickly hold there, bring this, and add that into that little bow. To add a little bit of fun and color. You could do red ribbon, you could do whatever color you really wanted to. And then I'm gonna dovetail it, and dovetail it. I don't even know if I'm gonna like this, y'all. I'm just trying to I'm just basically trying to do something so that way you don't see all of our mechanics where we attached all the hearts. Okay, that one is really long because I think I cut the other one. So we're gonna just attach that and attach that and just go like that, and then lift you guys up a little bit so you guys can see. And then I thought about just like attaching these, like literally just like right here in between. I don't know exactly how I would do this. Oh, I think I might like it. I don't know. Do I like that? Do I not like that? Do I like it? Do I not like it? I can't tell. I like the fact that you know it's a heart, but I feel like the people can pretty much, I feel like you can pretty much figure that out when you're looking at it. Okay. Look at that. Oh, I kind of like that, y'all. So I think we're gonna add those in there. It kind of breaks up because I don't like how you can see the where we attached the little heart on the top and on the bottom. So you're only gonna need 3 of those because the one where it attaches is on the top and then the other one is up here on the top of the L. We don't need anything, and then we don't need anything down on the bottom because our florals are down there. So you only need 3 of them. So you wouldn't have to do this. Some of y'all are probably thinking on yourself right now, ew, what in the world, why are you doing that? And that's totally fine, I completely understand. That's why when you make it yourself, you can do it yourself. That's why it's called a DIY. They don't name it that for a reason. They named it that for a reason. So a 4-inch tail, 4-inch tail. 3-inch loop. 3-inch loop. And a cut, pinch, bring over one of our little pom-pommy thingy majaggies that we made. And then we're gonna attach this. Behind, right around that pole. Now you can do something around this pole if you wanted to make so you can't see it in the back, but like I said, no one in the world is gonna see it, at least for me, because I'm gonna be having it probably on our fireplace. So I'm not gonna need it anywhere where you can, no one's gonna see the back. And if they see the back, well then, whoop-de-doo. I don't finish the back of my wreath, you guys, because you don't see it either. So it's kind of like this. You're not gonna see it, then you don't need to do it, right? It's kind of a waste of time, I think. So we're gonna do about a 3.5 tail because I cut that one off before anyways. And then we're gonna do our little loop. So you could have got away with 1 roll of ribbon, y'all. I didn't know what I was gonna all do, and I knew there's only 9 feet. So now we got stuff for other DIYs. Y'all, my bunny is going nuts over here. Dublin dude, what are you doing over there, silly goose? Okay, and then we're going to attach this, and then we'll be done, y'all. We will be done. So I will get a good picture of it so you guys can see it fully standing. Fully all in one, because it's kind of hard to do on an angle so you guys can see it, plus that you guys can see what I'm doing all at once. So I'll get a picture of it, and that'll probably be the screen, and I'll probably put them at the end as well for you guys. But yeah, if you guys are not already following my page over on Facebook, go over there and follow it. It's MB Crafts. I appreciate it for hanging out with me today. I know it's kind of a long video, but I wanted it to be very, don't mind my light over here, y'all. Hanging out over there. Okay, and then we're gonna touch this one right up here. Go right in the back. Come on, keep her going. about the way she kissed me. That way you can't see any of that ugliness. Hide the ugly with some pretty, right? That's how I go. And then the back doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna obviously go in and cut these off. But it's honestly not that bad. I don't think it is, and you know, if you wanted to, you could cover it up with something. I don't know what you'd cover it up with. Or you could definitely go in and you could add hearts to the back too. That would be something you could probably do, and it could be like, I don't know, kind of big for a centerpiece or something, where they're gonna see it from all sides. But any way you like, anything you like, you could definitely do. But I like it. I'm gonna come back here, and I'm going to add some hot glue, kind of just right here in the back, just so that these hearts kind of stay there. Okay. And they don't move. There. And just like that, we have a beautiful design. You could finish off the back here in the florals, but like I said, if you're not gonna see it, why do it? It's kind of a waste. I think it is, at least. A waste to do something that no one's gonna see. It's kind of like buying expensive paint to paint on the wall to paint over it, right? Like, if you're not gonna see it or it's not gonna be useful, then why even buy it? Okay, so this is what we got. Let me actually bring you guys this way, and then I can hold it up from you guys. All in one. And all there, y'all. You see it? Now you guys see how it looks. So we got the flower basket down on the bottom with just the flowers. I can't hang it up any taller. We're gonna hit the ceiling. And then I love that, you guys. That was super fun to make. Super fun. Who knew we could turn those things into that? Like a mop head and a Dollar Tree floral container. Like, this one is gonna be super cute for St. Patrick's Day, you guys. That's what I got this one for. And this is the one I got for Easter, like a tan. And you could definitely go in down here and you could customize you could use a Cricut and stuff, but you're not, like, I could put like Happy St. Patrick's Day or Valentine's Day or whatever on the thing, but you want this to be your focus. Okay? So, thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to give this video a big, big, big thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys thought and if you guys are going to make one for yourself. And hit that subscribe button if you're not already following me, or subscribe to my channel. And check out my other social medias that I'll have in my bio. Bye-bye, everyone.